Wealthy socialites in the audience stared at me, their eyes greedy and calculating. The first night with the Tinkham heir, highest bidder takes all. Clinging to one last sliver of hope, I looked at Victoria, my eyes pleading. I didn't do it. Through a haze of cigar smoke, her merciless eyes met mine. When you do wrong, you get punished. The cold glares, the humiliating bids, the jeers, they stripped me bare. Tears I didn't know I had fell, my body shaking with a pain deeper than any physical blow. I never knew she could hate me that much. By the time it was over, it was late. Photos of my humiliation were already all over the internet, and after I overheard her conversation with the event manager, something inside me snapped. I set the whole damned place on fire. The flames that roared to the sky weren't just burning a building, they were burning our past. The police arrested me on the spot. At the station, Victoria kicked me so hard I flew across the room. Leo is in the hospital with smoke inhalation. He's fighting for his life. How could you be so vicious, trying to burn him alive? Just you wait, this time, I won't show you any mercy. On the day I was sentenced, Victoria held a press conference. She officially named Leo as the new heir to the Tinkham family fortune. Just like that, I had nothing. 3 years in prison. I slept next to a toilet. My head was shoved into the bowl. I was beaten and degraded by the other inmates to survive. I learned to fight. I fought my way through every day with my fists. My only hope was getting out alive to buy back my parents' home. The day I was released, I scurried into the shadows of the underground fight scene like a rat, living a numb existence. With that 100,000, I would have been one step closer to getting my home back. The thought jolted me awake. My vision was a sea of white. Did the money come through? The club manager looked shocked that this was the first thing I asked. He was silent. It felt like a sledgehammer to the chest. Tears welled up, hot and unstoppable. Of course, it was a foolish dream. Victoria would never let me have what I wanted. Forget it. I'll just fight a few more. Evan, the manager, cut me off, his eyes full of pity. You can't come back here. Miss Stone put the word out. Anyone who lets you fight will have their business ruined. He dropped a bank card on the table and practically fled the room. The air was sucked from my lungs. I stumbled out of the clinic and into a torrential downpour, the rain mixing with my tears until I couldn't see. I clutched the card so tight my knuckles were white. The dream of buying back my home was slipping even further away. Without realizing it, I had walked to my old neighborhood. Through the curtain of rain, I saw her. Victoria was standing in front of my family's estate, holding Leo's hand for a crowd of reporters. From this day forward, I am officially gifting this estate to Leo, she announced. He is now the rightful master of the Tinkham family. At that moment, the world tilted on its axis. I finally dialed the number I had saved for 3 years. Get me out of here. Back at the estate, Leo feigned surprise for the cameras. But what about my brother? Victoria's expression flickered before hardening back into a cold mask. The moment he spread those rumors about you, he stopped being a Tinkham. On what grounds? My voice, shaking with rage, cut through the noise. I stepped out from the shadows, a drenched and battered wreck. Is that Evan Tinkham? It really is him. I thought he'd be too ashamed to show his face. Please. The guy's done prison time. You think he cares about embarrassing the family name now? HKTSK. To think the Tinkhams raised a gigolo who preys on rich women. What a disgrace to his father's memory. I froze, the insults pinning me in place. Victoria rushed over and pulled me under her umbrella. You're injured. You should be in the hospital. What are you doing making a scene? I shoved her hand off me and faced her down. What gives you the right to give him our home? I'm the Tinkham heir by blood. He's just the adopted son. He has no right. Crack my cheek exploded in pain. I stared at her, disbelieving. She had moved Leo behind her, shielding him like a precious treasure. Before my uncle died, he entrusted both of you to my family's care. In my heart, Leo has never been just an adopted son. She spat. You, who have done nothing but frame him and hurt him, are the one who doesn't deserve to be a Tinkham. What right do you have to object? The whole situation felt absurd.